There's a gentleness to the Appalachians that lulls you. These are among the oldest mountains on the planet, worn down over hundreds of millions of years, their sharp edges smoothed into the soft blue ridges you see rolling off into the haze from any overlook. You hike a wildflower trail in shorts and a t-shirt. You wade into a cold mountain creek without a second thought. You never once wonder what might be sitting still just a few feet away. These hills feel settled, safe, already tamed. But that gentle look is a disguise. The Appalachians are the most biologically diverse temperate region on Earth. A canopy so dense and so ancient, it can conceal almost anything. Some of what lives here is exactly what you'd expect. Some of it would genuinely unsettle you if you knew it was standing near the trailhead while you read the sign.
Today, we're counting down 15 dangerous animals of the Appalachian Mountains, ranked not just by how much damage they can do, but by how thoroughly they've slipped past the mental picture most people carry of these hills. From creatures hiding in plain sight to ones you'd never guess belong here. Some of these you've walked past, some you've swum beside, and the one at number 1 may have hitched a ride home on your own skin without you ever noticing. If you enjoy content that makes you look twice at country you thought you already knew, consider subscribing. It genuinely helps the channel. And while you're here, which stretch of these mountains are you watching from or headed to? Let us know in the comments. Let's get into it.
We start with the snake you've most likely already walked past. Copperheads range across nearly the entire Appalachian chain, from Alabama up into New England, and they cause more venomous snake bites than any other snake in the eastern US, while almost never killing anyone. That's the whole point. Its copper and hourglass pattern blends into dead leaves so seamlessly that people can stand a foot away and see nothing but forest floor. It doesn't rattle, it doesn't flee. It simply waits in the leaf litter, the wood pile, the stone wall, trusting you won't notice. Usually, you don't. Bites are rarely fatal, and that relative mildness is exactly why an entire region has stopped bothering to watch for it. Number 15 sets the tone for everything on this list. The most successful animals in these mountains are the ones that stay underfoot without you ever knowing it.
Somewhere in that wood pile you're about to reach into, there could be a spider carrying venom roughly 15 times more potent, drop for drop, than a rattlesnake's. Both the northern and southern black widow live throughout Appalachia, and they favor exactly the spots people reach into without looking. Under the eaves, inside a boot left on the porch, the dim corner of a shed. Widows aren't aggressive. They'd rather retreat than bite. But their venom targets the nervous system, and a serious bite can bring days of muscle cramping, sweating, and pain. She's been there the whole time, in the outbuilding you clean out every spring. Number 14 is proof that dangerous doesn't require size. You probably don't think of the creature at the bottom of the swimming hole as a predator, but common snapping turtles live in nearly every slow creek, farm pond, and river bottom in Appalachia. And a large one is a genuinely formidable animal. A shell the size of a serving platter, a neck that strikes faster than expected, and jaws that can close on a finger with real force. In water, a snapper wants nothing to do with you and will simply vanish into the mud. It's on land, usually a female crossing a road to nest, feeling cornered. That it becomes willing to lunge. People who try to move one often discover just how far that neck can reach. In some southern rivers, there's an even bigger relative, the alligator snapping turtle, built like something out of the Mesozoic. Number 13 has been beneath your feet. Everyone knows coyotes live in these mountains. What fewer people know is what the Appalachian coyote actually is. When wolves were eliminated from the east, the coyotes that moved into the vacated territory interbred with the last remaining wolves along the way. The result is an animal that carries real wolf ancestry, noticeably larger than the western coyote
with some individuals pushing 40 to 50 pounds. It's built to live at the edge of human settlement, working field margins, greenways, and the outskirts of mountain towns, mostly unseen, eating whatever the season provides, and to the dismay of pet owners, occasionally an outdoor cat or small dog left out after dark. People hear them at night and picture something smaller and less capable than what's actually out there. Number 12 is the wolf's replacement, wearing a smaller name.
This is the snake these mountains truly made their own. Timber rattlesnakes range the length of the Appalachians, and by the only measure that really counts, they're the region's most dangerous serpent. A large adult, 3 to 5 feet of heavy-bodied muscle, carries enough venom to kill, and it lives exactly where hikers love to be: sunny rock outcrops, talus slopes, laurel thickets along the trail. What makes it dangerous is almost the opposite of what you'd expect. The timber rattler is remarkably patient and reluctant to strike. Often, it won't even rattle. It holds its coil, trusts its camouflage, and lets hikers pass within inches, sometimes repeatedly, choosing not to strike until the moment someone puts a hand or boot directly on it. People move through prime rattlesnake country in shorts and low shoes, confident they'd hear it coming. It owes them no such warning. Number 11 is the quietest killer in the mountains.
Here's a fact that surprises most people. In the US, stinging insects kill more people annually than snakes, bears, and spiders combined, and the Appalachians are full of them. Ground-nesting yellow jackets build colonies in old rodent burrows and hollow logs, invisible until a footstep or a lawnmower cracks the entrance open, and then the ground itself seems to erupt. A disturbed colony can send dozens or hundreds of stinging insects into the air at once, and unlike honeybees, each one can sting repeatedly. For the roughly 1 in 1,000 people with a severe allergy, a single sting can close the throat within minutes, far from the nearest hospital. Bald-faced hornets, building their gray paper nests in the branches overhead, defend their colonies just as fiercely. Number 10 is the danger you don't see, because it's under your feet.
The brown recluse has an outsized reputation, and in the southern Appalachians, especially eastern Tennessee and the edges of northern Georgia and Alabama, it genuinely earns part of it. This small, plain, violin-marked spider carries venom that behaves differently from the widow's. Rather than attacking the nervous system, it destroys tissue, and a serious bite can open into a slow, ulcerating wound that takes months to heal. But the recluse makes this list for a stranger reason. It's blamed for far more than it actually causes. It hides in undisturbed places, storage boxes, wood piles, clothes left in a basement, and stays so well hidden that people across the entire region are convinced they've been bitten by one in counties where the spider doesn't even live. The real animal, confined mostly to the south of the range, does its quiet damage regardless. Number 9 is the creature whose legend travels farther than the animal itself.
We're at the halfway point, and if you're still here, you clearly want to know what really shares this country with us. Subscribe now if you haven't, because everything from here up is something most people flatly refuse to believe is real. With wolves and cougars gone from these mountains, the bobcat has quietly become one of Appalachia's top predators, and almost nobody ever sees one. Roughly twice the size of a house cat, it hunts the same edges where forest meets field and can exist at nearly double the population density of coyotes while remaining essentially invisible. It moves at dawn and dusk, sticks to cover, and vanishes before you fully register the shape. Denial runs deep here. When someone does spot one, the instinct is to assume somebody's big cat got loose. Because the truth, a wild predator running a regular circuit through the woods behind the house doesn't fit the picture. But it's been there the whole time, watching trails you walk every week. Number 8 is the ghost at the top of the food chain.
The most dangerous thing about a raccoon
isn't its teeth or claws, though it has both and will use them. It's what it can be carrying. Across the eastern U.S., raccoons are the primary wildlife reservoir for their own strain of rabies, and Appalachia sits squarely inside that zone. The masked camp cooler bandit is statistically one of the most frequently reported rabid animals in the region. A rabid raccoon doesn't always foam at the mouth and stagger. Sometimes it simply loses its fear, wandering in daylight, approaching people, moving without the caution you'd expect. And once symptoms of rabies begin, the disease is almost always fatal, which is why any unprovoked raccoon bite triggers an immediate medical response and a round of shots. Bats carry the same risk in cabin rafters. Number 7 is the danger wearing the friendliest face in the woods.
Everyone knows black bears live in Appalachia. What actually surprises people is the density. Great Smoky Mountains National Park is estimated to hold somewhere between 1,500 and 1,900 black bears, roughly 2 per square mile, the densest black bear population in the country, found at every elevation, from the streets of Gatlinburg to the highest summits. A large male can weigh 250 pounds in summer, more by fall, run 30 miles an hour, and climb better than any person. Actual attacks remain rare, and most bears want nothing to do with humans. But that math shifts fast once human food enters the picture. In recent years, the park has closed trails after bears grew bold enough to snatch backpacks, and in at least one case, bite someone. A fed bear loses its fear, and a fearless bear is a different animal entirely. Number 6 is the one you already knew was here, just not in these numbers.